Before we begin, guys, I have some news about the channel. We've got 300,000 subscribers! Wow! I can't believe how fast this channel is growing, and I can't thank you enough for that, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you. It's been an incredible journey and another incredible journey ahead of us. But it's not going fast enough. I was watching MrBeast yesterday and I really want to be at the top just like him. Not sure if I can do that with Premiere tutorials anyways. I did some investigation and I truly believe that his transitions are the reason for all his fame and glory and not his amazing content. So it's time for me to go on a mission to steal his transitions. Let's just hope that MrBeast's crew doesn't catch me. Now, is that the first transition? Oh yeah, easy peasy. Now he's using this one a lot to start his videos. Imagine this is the first clip of your video, a drone shot. Now to start the transition, go to your project window and click the new item button. Then choose adjustment layer, drag it on top of the clip and the timeline. Next, go to the effects library and find the replicate effect. Drag it onto the adjustment layer and head over to the effects controls. Set the count to 3. As you can see, this creates duplicates of the video. We're going to do this to fill the edges of the transition. If we didn't have this effect, the transition would look like this, which is not good. Now we want to make this look like it's only like one video, but the edges are too harsh, so let's fix that. In the effects library, find the mirror effect and drag it onto the adjustment layer. Then go to the effects controls and right click on the effects. Then choose copy, press Ctrl V 3 times so that we have 4 mirror effects stacked up onto each other. And for the first one, leave the reflection angle at 0. Then move the x-axis to the left. That way we connect the videos together. Set the reflection angle of the second effect to 90 degrees. Then move the y-axis to the right to do the same thing. For the third one, set the reflection angle to 180. Then move the x-axis to the left, and for the last one, set the angle to 270. Now move the y-axis to the left. And now that looks like one big picture. Alright, now let's head over to the effects library and find the transform effect. Drag it underneath the rest of all of the other effects, set a keyframe at the start of the animation, move the playhead further in time, and increase the scale to 300. Next, expand the scale curve and pull the right lever to create a curve like this. That way the animation will start fast and slow down gradually, making the animation so much smoother. Finally, increase the shutter angle to something around 180 degrees to introduce motion blur. Oh, and since we're doing this on an adjustment layer, you can just drag that to any other clip or duplicate it to use it multiple times. Look at that. Awesome. All right, I have to find the next transition, but I need to stay low. You know, Jimmy's crew can't find me because otherwise they'll lock me up. Ah, here's the next one. A light leak transition. Start out by downloading a few light leak animations. I got mine from Storyblocks. They are sponsoring today's video, by the way. And believe it or not, but I'm actually downloading them without leaving Premiere. That is all because of this little window right here, which is the Storyblocks plugin. You can just type in whatever you need and bam, here it is. All you have to do is click the download button and then it appears in the project window. Honestly, I can't edit anymore without this plugin because it saves me so much time. And surprise, surprise, they just released this plugin for Adobe After Effects 2, making my workflow even faster. But there's so much more to Storyblocks than just stock clips. You can download animated backgrounds, which I love, by the way. They make my animations look so much better than just boring plain colors. You can find collections with shots from different angles, green screen videos, text and title animations. You know, those come in After Effects and Premiere Pro templates. You can find over 1 million high-quality royalty-free stock assets, and you can download an unlimited amount of those, all in HD or 4K resolution. And to make your videos professional, definitely use their music and sound effects library. Now, did you know that on many stock websites you need to pay an expensive price per clip that you want to download? Well, that's where Storyblocks is different. They offer the freedom of an unlimited library for one set price that you can pay monthly or annually. No hidden fees, no copyright strikes, no nothing. Just great content from Storyblocks. And I'm also super proud to announce that I have my own landing page on Storyblocks now, where you can download shots from my very own collections. These are travel clips or shots from my film projects, which are all in 4K resolution. They're also shot in a lock color profile so that it's super easy to color grade, so definitely check it out. I can truly recommend it to any creative, so take back your own creative control with Storyblocks' unlimited royalty-free stock library and tools today by going to storyblocks.com/bringerbasics, or just simply click the first link in the description down below. Alright, back to the light leak transition. So drag them on top of the clips. Now you can use the motion properties to position them the way you like, but try to spread them out over the entire frame. So to remove the blacks in the video, just simply head over to the effects controls, then in the opacity tab, set the blend mode to screen. Do this for every clip, and now you will have a transparent background. Next, we need to make the light flashes look white or a little bit harder. That way we can adjust the colors of the flare afterwards. Now to do that, go to the window menu on top and open up Lumetri. Then in the basic correction tab, set the saturation to 0. Now go to the effects library and find the tint effect. Drag it onto your clips and go to the effects controls. Click on set the map white to whatever color you like for your transition, or perhaps play around with the amount to blend it in with your clip. And again, do this for all the clips that you're using. I also found this rainbow clip and thought it might look cool on the transition. Next, select the clips and right click, choose nest, and then call it light leak, for example. Now to make the background transparent, again, head over to the effects controls and in opacity, set the blend mode to screen, just like we did before. Next, go to the timeline and select the nested sequence. Then press Ctrl+D on your keyboard to create a dissolve transition. Now the last step is to find the spot where the transition covers the screen completely. Press M on your keyboard to set a marker on the clip. Now snap that marker to the cut in between two clips. That's how easy it is. Look how cool this is. Oh wait, there it is, the third transition. Oh crap, I think they saw me. Luckily, this is the perfect hiding spot. They won't find me over here. And the next one is a glitchy distortion transition. Drag an adjustment layer on top of the clips and go to the effects library and look for the VR rotate sphere effect. Drag it onto the adjustment layer and then go to the effects controls. Move the playhead to the start of the transition. Set a tilt keyframe, move till the end of the transition and set the tilt to 360 degrees. Now expand the velocity curve and create a curve like this by pulling on the levers. That will make the animation start slow and speed up gradually, and it will slow down again. And that looks already cool, but it's not ready yet. Head back to the effects library and find the VR chromatic aberrations effect. Drag it underneath the other effects. Next, set the red to 0. Do the same for green, blue, and the fall off distance. Now set a keyframe for all of them at the start of the animation, and do the exact same thing at the end of the animation. Now move the playhead to the middle, and this is where your creativity comes in. Increase the properties until you like the way it looks. Now for every control, you need to open up the velocity curve and create the same curve that we made with the tilt effect. And once you're done, bang, damn, look at how cool this is. Now everything went pretty well. Until now. The last transition is laying inside a prison cell. Guys, should I risk this? Whatever, let's just do it. Now, this transition is not just a push transition because I found a way to create it very efficiently. Again, use an adjustment layer on top of the two clips. In the effects library, find the offset effect. Drop it onto the adjustment layer and head over to the effects controls. Animate the shift center 2 in the direction that you want. Expand the velocity settings and again, you know what to do. Pull the levers to create a curve like this, to make it start and end slowly or smoothly. Now the next thing that we need to do is add directional blur, otherwise the effect will look a bit unnatural. Now to do that, find the directional blur effect in the effects library and drag it underneath the offset. Set the direction to 90 if the animation is going to the left or right. If it's going up and down, you leave it to 0 obviously. Next, set the playhead to the middle of the transition and increase the blur length. Then set a keyframe, move to the beginning of the animation and set it to 0. Do the same thing at the end. Again, adjust the curve to make the blur appear smooth. And that looks super cool. Ah crap! They lured me in here! Now I'm stuck and I can't explain you guys how to create the subtitles like MrBeast. Oh, wait a second. I already made that tutorial video. You can check it out here on my left. You'll learn how to create the subtitles like MrBeast before they feed me to the sharks. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. And as always, stay creative. Now I've gotta find a way out of here.